Smith & Wesson 422, 22 long rifle. My dad had one of these whenever I was younger. It was one of the guns that, he would take with him and, carry just about anywhere, in a case and stuff. Went to the store or anything. it was kind of weird that this was his go-to gun. For a long time, this was one of the few handguns that he had. He had a Colt Python, which, man, I wish he still had that. But he never did carry that. He always carried this one for some reason. Then he ended up selling it. This is not the same gun. He ended up selling it because it was accurate, but it just didn't. The sights on it aren't very accurate. Some may agree or disagree with that. It's got kind of a coarse front sight. I've got some luminescent paint on there. I don't know if you can see it. I was shooting it. I got a video I may post on there shooting it, just popping off a few rounds. And with my other videos, I'm going to post some stuff shooting. But yeah, whenever I was little shooting one of these, I wasn't super accurate with it. But it was all right. My buddy's Ruger Mark III, we had about the same, about a 6-inch barrel on it. Shot much better, it seemed like. Not that gun is more accurate than this one. This gun is very light. It's the 422. It's got an aluminum frame. It's just really light, and it just kind of wanders. Even bench rest in it, because that front sight is coarse, it just doesn't lend to supreme accuracy. Now, there's some people that say this gun is supremely accurate, and it is. But with these sights, in my humble opinion, kind of detracts from the accuracy that you could get out of this gun. My dad ended up selling it, and he got a Browning Buckmark, which that thing is amazingly accurate. It's got a big bull barrel on it. It's very, very, very accurate. I would say it's more accurate than this gun, suffice it to say. Much heavier gun. It's got a red dot on it. I've got a grip that replaces this grip on here, and it's got a rail up top where you can put a red dot, and I think that's where you would get a lot better accuracy out of this platform of gun. But I don't think this gun is necessarily a sharpshooter's gun. It's kind of more of a utilitarian 22, even hunting, because it's got a 6-inch barrel. Whatever you would hunt with 22, rabbits, squirrels, assuming you can hit them. I think this gun is great for that. It's a good plinker. But as far as supreme accuracy with these sights, for me, not so much. I think the sights could be better on it. It's just not got a real great sight picture. That front sight is a little long, honestly. It's like, do you line it up there? Do you line it up here? It's a little weird. The back side is adjustable, so that's nice. Some of them aren't adjustable. This one does have an adjustable rear sight. If you're interested in one of these, check that out before you buy it. If you want an adjustable rear sight. The barrel is underneath rather than on top, which is kind of this gun's claim to fame. And there's your ejection port right here underneath. So it's a little different. So let me pull that back. It's a little bit of a different design than a lot of guns. I'm going to set this down. There we go. We got it. So you can see the chamber right there. This has nothing to do with anything really. So it's kind of a cool design like that. It's different. I can't really recall any other guns that are like this, that have that under the barrel type of design. Barrel nut right there. You can take the barrel out, I assume. The slide release is right here. Here's a safety. That's safe. That's fire. The magazine release is in a weird position. It's right there. It doesn't drop free. It's got a magazine disconnect on it, so unless the magazine's in the gun won't go off. That's kind of... Well, I mean, on a 22, it's not that big of a deal. But it's something to think about, you know, if that bothers you. It's an older gun, obviously. You know, they don't make them anymore. Some people loathe after these. I would say if I had to do it over again, I might get the 622. I got a good deal on this one. It's in really good shape. It was unfired whenever I got it. As you can see, it's in very good shape. Got the original wood grips, which my gun guy desperately wants off this gun. Every time I go over and get a new gun, he's like, "Hey man, when you gonna let me have these grips?" I'm like, probably never. Just go buy some. They're kind of expensive, these grips. If you get them off eBay or something like that. But the 622 is a metal framed gun. I would say if you're looking for one of these and you want one that shoots a little bit better. Not that it's more accurate, but you'll probably shoot it more accurately. I would probably opt for the 622. This gun is pretty light. The 622 is much heavier, and like I said, this gun wanders around a little bit when you got it on target. You're gonna have a little bit of wandering because it's so light. Take that for what it's worth. If you're wanting supreme accuracy, I think the 622 might be better. Just for the simple fact that it's heavier, if nothing else. Reliable, very reliable gun. Only time I had any stoppages out of it is when you use the really cheap stuff, and it doesn't matter what gun you're shooting out of. You just have dud rounds. It's no fault of the gun, as long as you use adequate ammo in this. The ammo is more of a factor than the gun itself. It's going to be pretty dang reliable, especially like with CCI mini mags and all that good stuff. It's going to be plenty reliable. Not that I would use this for a self-defense, but you may have one of these. This may be the only gun that you have. And to that I say, well, it's better than nothing. This magazine holds 10. Some of the magazines you can get for it holds 12. I think those are kind of hard to find, and I believe the Smith & Wesson Model 41 magazines also fit in this, so that's kind of cool. Like I said, if you can find 12-round magazines, definitely an added bonus. Now that they got some of these other guns that hold more, just 10 or 12 enough, you be the judge on that. They don't make these anymore, so it's not really collectible per se, but it is a little bit of a sought-after gun. Like I said, my dad, he ended up selling it, and that's kind of the reason why I got it. Was the first gun I ever shot was this. It was a Smith & Wesson 422. First gun I ever fired in my life. So, kind of got a little family history in it, and I went ahead and grabbed it, and I'm glad I did. Like I said, the 622 is probably got my preference if you're looking at one of these, and there's so many 22 handguns out there. I mean, it's makes you nauseous when you think about all the ones and which one can you go with. This one looks cool. The 622 is usually stainless too, I believe. But it's just a cool looking gun. It's kind of like dare I say, a mini RoboCop gun? Maybe a mini RoboCop gun? Not really. I don't know. Maybe that flat front kind of reminds me of a RoboCop gun. And the grips on it is just beautiful. Beautiful gun. It really is a nice looking gun. No complaints about the looks. Good plinking gun, shooting cans and stuff. I think this gun is amazing at that type of stuff. But if you're trying to get, something the size of your pinky, the group, it may be a little hard to do with this one. And there may be people out there that can do it all day long and say this is the most accurate 22 they've ever had. And I have no doubts that it is that accurate. It's just, can you shoot it accurately enough? And in my opinion, I cannot because of that. Maybe better marksman skills would help that. I have no doubt. But it's something to consider. It's definitely something to consider. Like I said, I think this is a good tin can, bottle shooter. Man, it's a great gun for that. Just putting it on your hip. Maybe you're walking through the woods or something, and you got some rabbits or, whatever, maybe some varmints or something, that you need to dispatch. Raccoons or something, that are wreaking havoc on your garden or whatever. This is a great gun for that. You get a little extra velocity over some of the other guns because it's got a 6-inch barrel. Nothing devastating, but to a raccoon, it's like a howitzer. It's like a 50 BMG to a raccoon. So, excellent choice for that. Kind of funny, this is my only 22 handgun. It's the only 22 handgun that I have. For the longest time, I've only owned 222 handguns in my life. I know as wild as that sounds, one was a Ruger single 6 3-screw, revolver, single action revolver, and the other one is this one right here. It's the only 222 handguns I've owned in my life. I usually just shot my dad's. That Browning is just, it's to die for. I mean, it shoots so good. It's the best shooting handgun I've ever shot as far as accuracy, and of course it's 22 too. 22 also, I should say. Much heavier, but it shoots better. Not that the recoil or anything. This thing shoots like a dream. The recoil is negligible, but it's twice as heavy as this gun. Like I said, the barrel on it is just, it's about the size of a 12 gauge, if not bigger. It is bigger. It's bigger than a 12 gauge barrel as far as diameter. I mean, it is very big. It's probably about that size. The barrel is probably about that size. Very big barrel. Maybe I'll do a review on that one day. And it shoots amazing. Like I said, this one is just a good plinker. If you're looking for a plinker, a classic, and maybe you already got one of these, and you're just kind of shaking your head, saying, "Yeah, this is a great plinker, great little carry gun, a little extra velocity over some of these new guns like the Ruger SR22 and stuff. You're gonna get a little better velocity out of this 6-inch barrel, and they've got other ones that got like 4-inch barrels. I think I'd recommend the 6-inch. Not that there's anything wrong with the 4-inch. I just say, why not get the 6-inch? I think the 6-inch is probably more popular, and in price, probably in the $300 to $400 range. You might be able to find one cheaper somewhere. I think I paid about $300 for this one. Like I said, it was new. It was new. It was unfired. I think they quit. I'm not even sure when they quit making them. Maybe the mid-90s or so. So yeah, if you're looking for one, you see one out there, definitely. It's got a good feeling grip on it too. The grip fills your hand, but it's not too big. That's something that's nice. Between this and like maybe a Ruger Mark III, Mark IV, or something like that, which one? Maybe the Ruger. I think the Ruger might be a little more accurate as far as shooting it. If you put them in a ransom, in a vise or something like that, they're probably both about the same. This one might even be more accurate, but shooting it, my buddy's Ruger Mark III was a sweet shooter. It's got the long pencil barrel, 6-inch stainless, beautiful gun, man. I've looked all over for one of those, and I could not find one. And I was like, man, dude, you ought to sell me that. And he's got 2 of them, actually, so I'm still working on him on that. Been working on him for quite a few years to sell me one of them. But yeah, if you see one of these and you like the way it looks and stuff, I say grab it, as long as it's a good price. I don't think you'll be disappointed in it as long as you're not, trying to do, supreme accuracy. Even with good ammo, I think the gun is just a little hard to shoot super accurate, is the best way to put it, because of the sights. If you get that rail that goes on here like I've got, and I may end up having to do some accuracy testing on that between this and the Browning and just see how accurate this gun is and put a little red dot on it. It may, that may be its calling, but it does set up kind of high. So your concealability, in a holster and stuff is going to be a little bit tougher with something like that. But I definitely think if you're hunting, especially squirrels, if you can hit them with a handgun, that may be the way to, the way to go. There's some kind of little red dot up there, and this thing probably shoots pretty darn good with those. I've never shot one with it on it yet, so I don't know. But yeah, anyway, you see one, you like it, it's a good price, grab it. I think you'll like it. Thanks.